Good morning, Desert Sands Educational Foundation community and DSUSD followers on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. My name is Sean Webb, and I'm your Director of Community Engagement, and you're watching Classroom Conversations. This is episode 42, second one of the 2021 year. Before we move on and I bring out Chef Mary and we continue with the show, I'd like to go ahead and thank the foundation for providing this opportunity for us to go ahead and provide information in this platform. I would like to go ahead and read the Desert Sands Educational Foundation mission statement. DSEF secures funding and awards money to provide supplemental resources that enrich and enhance student learning in Desert Sands Unified School District. They do that in partnership with public and private sectors. Desert Sands Educational Foundation financially supports creative and innovative programs that enrich and enhance the educational experience in academics, the arts, and extracurricular activities that engage all students and staff in DSUSD. And I want to go ahead and bring on Chef Mary here and welcome her to our first show of 2021. Good morning, Chef Mary. How are you?
Hey, good morning and Happy New Year. I'm sorry I missed you on Tuesday. I just had a little mishap, physically and mentally, I think. The second we're coming on next week. So it's good to be back. The new year is great. We had a fun ending of the year. I had a 3-course dinner for myself, and it was really nice. And I was in bed at 9 o'clock.
You know what? We celebrated the East Coast New Year as well. We, I made it to about 9:30, and then the only thing that woke me up at midnight was the actual fireworks going off in the neighborhood.
Yeah, no fireworks up here. It was pretty quiet. I think they did a parade of lights on the slope on New Year's Eve, which is always spectacular. This is the second year I've missed it. It's always so many people there that we kind of opt to watch it on, the news media. Right. But it's pretty awesome, and all the skiers come down with their torches, and it's kind of romantic in a way. It's kind of.
You know what? I would love to see that sometime. I'll have to look for that on social media. You'll have to share that with me sometime.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, but everybody is happy and healthy, and we're ready for 2021, and work is good, and people are still here, and the holiday is kind of really slowing down for us.
Okay.
So now we're ready to get back to work and get back to school. And
because I know that like Desert Sands, we're in school right now. Our neighboring districts, CV Unified and Palm Springs Unified, I believe they still have this week off. So I remember this would always be the time of year that I was always jealous of my administrator friends in Palm Springs as well as CV, because this is when they could go do ski week, as they like to call it.
Oh, maybe that's why they're up here.
Yeah.
I know San Diego is back, and Bear Mountain is back. Some of the guys that work with their wives are teachers, and they're all back in virtual learning. They're not in the classroom yet.
Okay. Well, we got a lot going on with our social media and so forth. Why don't I go ahead and pull up what we have going here? I'm going to bring up the screen here, and then we get to draw the IT winners today.
Oh, good.
Yeah, but before we go to social media, I want to just share here. So, Mary, can you see the website there?
I can.
Okay, so this is dsusd.us, and on the website we have a new portion of it called Super Seconds. And in Super Seconds, what this used to be, it's kind of morphed with the pandemic. So Super Seconds used to be a video series with Mary Perry and Mr. Bailey after every single board meeting, and they would just give a quick 2-minute synopsis of what happened during the board meeting. Well, board meetings only happen, twice a month, sometimes once a month. So that's a long time to get information. So what they morphed this into for the pandemic is called Super Seconds. And what this is brief pandemic-related updates from Mr. Bailey himself. And the most recent just came out on December 30th. These were coming up over the break as well. And he'll go ahead and they'll do a little quick synopsis of what's going on, as well as they'll give you the direct link and information about where the facts came from. So this is information about Governor Newsom giving some information about safe schools. Then you can click here, and it takes you directly to the factual information about what's going on and so forth. So this is another example of us trying to make sure that and we want to make sure that you can have direct connect here right with Mr. Bailey too.
Oh, that's a really good idea, because people are still searching around for information, and have a really good source that's reliable, and it's right there, and you can print it off too.
Exactly, and you can go to dsusd.us for that. And I know that Jan and Mary are working on that. They got something planning coming up where you'll be able to get notifications and so forth. And I'll just leave it at that. I can't go into great detail. I'd love to go into great detail, but I can't. But I'll just say you'll get notifications. You'll get all types of information. That's coming on the forefront. Yeah.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah.
But it's good to be back. It's good to be back in the know of what's going on, because I think sometimes over the holidays we get so tied up with just making the day's work and visiting with people on the phone and virtual Zooms. And we did a big FaceTime with my family in New York.
Okay.
And that was really fun. We had a really good time. We got to talk to all the nieces and nephews and everything.
Okay.
And then I had a good 2-hour talk with my sister, which is really great. So normally, you don't do that. So now it's kind of fun. It's kind of cool.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. We definitely connected a lot. And as you know, I had my birthday over the weekend, and just the FaceTime calls, the Zooms, the messages on social media. Just although we're at home, although we're not seeing a lot of people, we're not going out. We are. I feel like we're almost seeing more people, and we're interacting more with people because we're able to do this.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah, definitely. This is the norm. But I want to go ahead and continue on here with our social media. Like I said, our communications team does a great job with this. But you could follow us at Desert Sands USD on Twitter and Instagram. So right now we have another round of surveys coming out. This is really important. This is the Panorama Survey, where we get data about our families and our students. And now this is directed towards students, teachers, and site staff. So we want our teachers and site staff and so forth to fill out this survey so we can use this data to make better decisions in the future. We use these each and every year. This is something that comes from the LCAP lady. Mama Wood. She's the one that's spearheading this.
I know.
Yeah.
Girl.
So we got that going on. Let's see here. This is something pretty cool, Mary. You're going to love this. So as you know, we're giving out thousands of meals each and every week. So we talked with Mr. Capello, Dan Capello, the Nutritional Services Director.
Yes.
And what we want to do is challenge our families. Let's see if you can, take some photos of you enjoying the school meals. Heck, why don't you even take some of that fresh produce and see what you can do with it? It's great to eat a carrot raw, but let's see if you can maybe show us some of your knife skills, or maybe show us how you're going to cook it, or, something along those lines. So we're asking our families to post pictures of themselves enjoying the school meals and hashtag it DSUSD meals. Mary, what I'll do is that next Tuesday I'll have to bring out a sample meal so you could see it, and
I will.
Give us some ideas of what we could do with those.
That's how I feel about my refrigerator right now. It's like I open it up and go, what can I do with this?
I did the same thing. I was talking about it the other day when we were introducing it. Tara and I and the Webb family has a traditional meal that we do each and every year for New Year's. It's, I'll tell you, it's a pork roast, and we cover it with sauerkraut, and I just roast it.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Right? And then the last hour is I put a bunch of kielbasa's and smoked sausage around it until they pop, right? And then we just make sandwiches with it. So we enjoyed that on the first. So what we ended up doing on like the fourth was I made like turkey melts. Or not turkey melts, but pork melts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so a little bit different, right? A little bit different.
Because that's kind of a New York thing, I think, because I remember my mom would make sauerkraut in this big pot, and it just had a lot of stuff loaded in it. And, a lot of people don't understand sauerkraut.
Right.
And it can be not very tasty if you don't cook it properly. But also it's a good luck thing, too, for beans on New Year's Day or sauerkraut on New Year's Day. There's some...
Maybe it is the start. Maybe that's why we always had it. I literally, from my first New Year's that I remember as a child, we always had that meal.
Yeah, I mean, we always had that too as well. It was always sauerkraut, pork. Of course, we raised our own pigs, so it was always interesting. We raised the pig, and then it became our friend, and then it went to slaughter, and then nobody wanted to have dinner.
Oh, geez. Well, you know what? While we're on, Mary, I'm going to go ahead and pull up the Wheel of Names. As you know, each and every month, the foundation sponsors the Recognize It program, where we issue the certificates, and we got a great community partner with CD Harvest Box. So let's go ahead and pull the names. I'm going to go ahead and say, Mary, I'm one of the nominees. I'm one of the 140 nominees. So this, you'll see we're doing it live, okay? So let's see what happens.
So the wheel isn't fixed.
It's not fixed. Here we go. We're going to click it. This is our first winner for the month of December. Let's see who it's going to be.
No.
That is Sork Chor, and she is a teacher, I believe, at Thomas Jefferson Middle School.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah, so I know her. She worked summer school for me a year ago. So that's pretty awesome. So now what we're going to do, Mary, is we remove her because we're going to spin it one more time because we have 2 winners that win harvest boxes. So here we go. Let's see who's going to win this here. This is Michelle Clark, and I don't know Michelle, but you know what I'll do is I'll look her up here while we're getting some other information. But that's pretty awesome there. We got some winners. They'll get some CD harvest boxes.
I'm just glad I didn't see your name pop up there. Well,
Trust me,
really.
I saw myself when I was entering them and so forth, so that was kind of cool to see. But yeah, unfortunately, I didn't win this time, which is perfectly fine.
Well, you're a winner. You're a winner no matter what, so that's okay.
Exactly. I agree. I get to interact with you at least twice a week, so that's fantastic.
I know. It's almost like the old days.
I know it. So speaking of CD Harvest Box, you're going to love this. So you know how our friends over at La Quinta High School are doing something a little bit outside the box. And what they're doing is I'm going to pull this up here. They're making handmade soaps.
Yes. I have some of David Wood's soap still.
Okay. So I first saw the soap when they sold it about a year ago at our Desert Sands Educational Foundation Gala, right? And they were selling them and they sold out. They sold a couple hundred bars that night, which was pretty awesome. They were selling them at the showdowns. They have a couple different brands. This one here, Kentucky Bourbon. They've got a Love Spell. They've got a Pink Grapefruit. Now, what's really cool, Mary, is you press this here, order here. This is featured on CV Harvest Box's website.
Oh, that's awesome.
So this is the first that I know of since I've been involved with the culinary program as well as the foundation and the district, where we have a product that's on a website that can be purchased. So here it is, cvharvestbox.com. These are all their new products. And you can see there's their handmade soap there. Here's the handmade soap here, selling at $6 a bar.
That is awesome. And they're really, really nice soaps too. They look pretty just to have them sitting on the counter, and it's a nice soap dish. But they last a long time too. I mean, I think how long have I been away from school? Several years. And David gave me several before I left. And they have a nice shelf life as well. You know, they just don't disappear
Right.
really quickly.
Right. No, I just thought that was really cool to see that happening and going on. It's not something you see every day on a commercial website, right? That you see a school district having something featured. You have a school having something featured.
Yeah, that is awesome. I remember a long time ago that didn't they make a chutney that they sold at the date festival or something they were doing?
So that was before my time at La Quinta High, but from what I understand, they were selling a date syrup and chutney at Shields.
Yeah, and I remember, I think when I first came in, it was kind of interesting because the work involved, they also had to produce all the nutritional labels and the everything that went along with it. So it was quite a project to break it all down to actually have it meet, some state requirements that they have to divulge, the calories and the amounts and all that kind of stuff. And it was good. I mean, I remember coming in, it was pretty tasty.
No, it's definitely quite the project to go ahead and just to do that portion alone, right?
Oh yeah, I mean that was incredible, and it was really, really good. And I think they sold all of it out because by the time I got there was a few jars here and there. But kids did a great job with Mrs. Tucker. That was awesome.
I'm actually looking in the list of responses for the Recognize It to see who. So Sork Chor, as I said, she's a math teacher at Thomas Jefferson Middle School. That's located over off of Jackson and 111 in Indio. And I just want to see who this other teacher is so I can give us an idea. And as I look through this, Mary, you'll love this. So students, community, staff, they can all recognize people. They can always nominate people. This teacher, Sork Chor, she was nominated 6 times last month.
Oh, wow.
and some are from community members, and some are from parents, and some are from students. I get the joys of seeing all this stuff. It's pretty awesome. Let's see, where is, like I said, there's 140 last month, and these are just in order that they come in. They're not in alphabetical, so it's a little bit difficult sometimes to find. Yeah. But it's just awesome to just read. Oh, here we go. Michelle Clark. She's a teacher at Ford. One of the teachers at Ford Elementary.
Oh,
okay, excellent. And this is from a student that she got nominated. So that's pretty awesome.
So during the holiday, did you hear anything from any of our past alumni, or was anybody in town, or did anybody catch up?
I'll tell you, in other times that would definitely have happened, and I've maybe seen them over maybe an old town or on a hike or something. But with the pandemic going on, unfortunately not. I will say that I did see one of was it Miss Tucker's former students opened up a restaurant during the pandemic, and that's Chef Quentin. He's in the Merced area, so they do have that going on and so forth. But no, I haven't been able to reach out with any of our alumni and so forth. But I will tell you, one of the things I was able to do during the break is Tara and I definitely took advantage of the community discount card that the foundation is a sponsor of.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah, so one of the cool things that we can do in the community, Mary, is that just being a staff member at Desert Sands, all you got to do is show your staff ID, and this could be your school ID, this could be your Desert Sands badge, and all you have to do is show it at, we almost have 3 dozen restaurants, but you can get 10% off right off the bat. Just for awesome. Desert Sands. Yeah, so that is pretty cool. So we definitely took advantage of that. I actually took advantage of that this morning and went over to Maxie's Grill and picked up breakfast on the way in. I knew I had a long day in the morning, so I want a good hearty breakfast.
Exactly.
New Year's Eve, we actually went down to Roadrunner. I don't know if you've ever been to that restaurant. That's an old town.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, Roadrunner. They actually opened up in November before the pandemic. But they've been striving. They've been, as things allow, they adjust and they make do.
Oh, that is
a great job. Yeah. And,
well, I reached out to Quentin about coming on the show.
Oh, okay.
He was at the time information I had, he was in Napa.
Okay.
And then he said no, he had moved to Merced, and he said yes, please reach out to him.
Okay.
Come on and tell us about his career and what he's done, because he's a super nice person and a great chef.
Oh, no, I agree completely. And a young man, he was a senior when I was my first year at 2012, I was over there. Yeah, my first year over there. So he's going 27 years old now. Well,
it feels kind of weird because now the students that we taught are in jobs that I've had in the past. And you kind of feel like, oh boy, these guys have surpassed us.
You talk of that. So we had career pathways, and 2 times this has happened now. The CVS that Tara and I get our prescriptions and so forth at, and we see Brooklyn for. This last time I went, there was a medical pathway student from La Quinta High School that I ran into that was a student when I was there. Hey, Mr. Webb, how are you doing? That's always comfortable. And then this was like 3 times ago. I went there, and there was a medical pathway student from Palm Desert High School when I was an assistant principal there. So it is a little bit different seeing, students in the medical field and knowing you and so forth. But, there is laws and protection. So that's what Tara reminded me. She said, John, you got nothing to worry about. There's laws and protection. You got nothing. And it's not like we're trying to hide anything with our prescriptions. It's just like, I don't want everybody knowing our stuff.
Exactly. I think it's like having these, when these guys graduate from culinary school,
Mm-hmm.
they go into the kitchen and, they're in the state-of-the-art learning mode. And, we're still dealing with sometimes old school or learning things, and they come in. I remember one time it was Jaden when she was at the hotel, and we were training up some bacon or something. And she came over to me and she goes, can I show you how to do it really easily? And I'm going, sure. And that's how we used to do it in the hotel, but we had a different format, for the students at the school. And she just wham, 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 a whole box of bacon was trained up and it was in the oven. And then she looked at me kind of funny, and I go, Jaden, you have just surpassed me. So we were laughing, and I was glad she felt comfortable enough to share that information because, that's part of what we do here.
Right.
To make sure that we're all on top of what's going on, new ideas, new thoughts, new process, new ways to do things.
Definitely. So I want to share something. We got a treat coming up on Tuesday. I'm going to share the screen right now. This is the Confidence Woman Wealth and Wellness Conference.
Oh, wow.
This is the second year of it. And CW3, W3 is Women, Wealth, and Wellness. And we're going to have the creators of this conference come join us.
Oh, that's
on
awesome.
Tuesday. And the reason why they're going to come join us on Tuesday is to talk about the conference as a whole. Last year, they had the first year of it in Palm Springs. I'll tell you, a lot of the presenters are people that I've interacted with and worked with Leadership Coachella Valley. And we're going to have some of them come on to talk about the conference. Robert Shine is he's like, I want to say he's the key creator of this conference and this organization. He's going to come on and talk, as well as, I don't know if you remember, years ago when we had the Wellness Day at La Quinta High School.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so we had one of our rooms was a yoga room. And one of the presenters was Bronwyn Eisen, and she's one of the presenters for this conference. So they're going to come on with us on Tuesday just to give an idea of what's going on in the community with this new conference. They had their first year at the Riviera last year. They had over 100 attendees. This year, they're doing it all virtual. So they're looking to hit, more people even, because you can do things virtually and be able to get people in different areas and so forth. You don't have to physically be there. But the cool thing is they're utilizing Palm Desert High career technical education students in some of the interviews of the presenters.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's really cool. That's really cool. But you know what? We got somebody coming in here. Oh, Chef Mary, we got a stream bomb here.
Oh my gosh, it's Mary Perry. I bet you.
Oh no, it's the LCAP lady.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I am doing good. Balancing meetings and tasks and getting ready for all things LCAP and Panorama. So it's a busy morning.
So I'll be the first to say I talked about the Panorama Survey, and I probably butchered it. So I would love for maybe you to share a little bit about what this is all about. What is this survey? Please explain to our viewers and so forth.
Well, the survey that we're doing the next couple of weeks is for school site staff and students. We completed our parent and family, got great participation on that. So the one that we're doing now, that we're currently in until January 15th, is the staff and student one, and capturing all of their voices.
Okay, excellent. Well, you know what? I'm always love to have you come on with us. The LCAP lady always has great things going on. And I'm just wondering, when's the next post or next challenge going to be about special wardrobe or whatever? Because I can't really show it now, but I got some really funky socks going on. I can't remember if I like that high, but no, I want to know when the next challenge is.
The next challenge is coming up. I got to align all of my January calendars, and so I'll be sending that out very soon.
Okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Excellent.
We had fun with all the dress up, which was kind of great to dig in your closet and come up with something. And I have new socks on too, but they're like black work socks. They're kind of boring, Sean. But and my grandson said, "Grammy, what do you want for Christmas?" And I go, I'd like to have a pair of ankle top men's black work socks."
Okay.
And so I got a package of 10. I love it.
Okay.
That's awesome.
So
Okay.
Kirsten, was there some common question or answer that came out in your last survey?
It's really just kind of taking a look at what priorities they have and connections to the sites. So, and we'll be discussing that on Monday at our LCAP Advisory Committee meeting.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I get to go to that, Chef Mary, and I have to admit, I am horrible with my calendar. It's not an actual calendar invite. I always am not the best with email. So, Kristen, thank you for the reminder to tell me our SVP. I will be there a part of that meeting, and I'll definitely share, Mary, about what's being discussed and talked about. Because what's cool about these meetings, it's not just educators, it's people in the community as well.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, there's a variety of participants in the LCAP advisory, from school site, district personnel, communities, parents, different representatives, city representatives. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's a well-represented group. Yeah.
Well, I think we're all going to have to get back into the groove with meetings and calendars and whatever, because the past 2 weeks, everything's been kind of loosey-goosey, and even I forgot on Tuesday. And I'm at work and at a meeting, and Sean goes, "Are you going to join me today?" And I'm like going, I'm in this meeting and I'm looking at my phone and I'm like going, Oh no, totally.
Too funny, too funny. Well, speaking of meetings, Kristen, I know that you have a ton that you have to get to. I'll be
I
joining
do.
you in about a half hour at that one, the next one that you're on too.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Have a great day. It's
Bye.
nice to see you again, Chef Mary.
Oh, same here. Say hello to your son and say to your family. That's
I
awesome.
will. I
And
will.
once again, you could always follow the LCAP lady on social media. We'll see you later.
Also known as the Spirit Gal.
There we go.
There you go.
Bye-bye. Always nice to have Kristen come join us.
Oh my God, she's so beautiful and she's so smiley and happy, and it's nice. It's nice.
I agree completely. She's a welcome addition to the district office, and it's nice to have some more bubbliness here.
So it's sort of a recap. Like, how did our fundraiser go?
Okay.
With the when we did the virtual Blackhawk. Was there any?
Okay. So I don't have the specific numbers as right in front of me now, but I did forward you that I want to say on average, each of the restaurants had at least a dozen orders. With
that's awesome.
the burger, geez, I want to say it was like something crazy, like 87 of them were ordered throughout the week. So she definitely credited this competition and so forth. And I'm actually working with Chef again to see if we can do another challenge. And you'll love this, Chef Mary, where we're going to work with a couple of pizza shops.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah, small town pizza shops. So one right by La Quinta High, and then one right by Rancho Mirage High School. Now they're in Palm Springs Unified, but we both know Chef Jenna over there. She's a brand new chef, and we're going to do a little project, little cross-district project with them.
Oh, that'll be good. That'll be good. That'll be good to see her. It was always great to have her as part of the Blackhawk Showdowns from the get-go. I think she was part of the first or second one that was down there with Michael Vaughn.
Yeah,
right?
with Michael Vaughn. You're right. Definitely.
Yeah,
A lot of fun coming up this next semester. We have to think a little bit outside the box. Some call it you got to get creative inside the box or outside the box, whatever it may be. We got to be creative, right? And we're working to do that.
I just recently took all my Christmas decorations down, and and I always like Valentine's Day. It's kind of like to me, it's like a Halloween. Mm-hmm. So I thought, well, I still have a lot of red going on, so maybe I'll just start putting up the Valentine's stuff. Because you have some downtime, and you're kind of thinking like, I need to stay busy. I don't want to be in the stores. It's really cold up here. It was 29 degrees this morning, and so it's been chilly to be outside. So I'm thinking, okay, it's Valentine's Day. I'll start thinking in that terms, and I always forget my nieces and nephews. So yesterday I bought cards.
Okay.
I'm not. This is my resolution. I am not going to forget that stuff this year.
I love it. Now I'll definitely be here to remind you, and I'll even assist you with maybe even give you some app ideas and so forth, how to help it trigger the brain and so forth.
Yes. Oh, let me tell you this cool thing I found out the other day, and it's sort of been kind of scouting around on Facebook, but I actually saw it happen in the grocery store. There was two ladies shopping, and apparently one of the ladies probably had some financial, issues and whatever. And so they were looking for things that were buy one, get one free.
Okay.
So the lady, I'll just call it the lady that had the money, I don't know who she was, she bought buy one, get one free and gave the free one to her friend. So they went around and shopped together with a list on what they needed and what they had to have. And so the lady that was really, that needed the food got a free grocery basket basically full of food.
Oh, wow.
And so my sister wrote me this thing and said they kind of have a challenge where they are, is that maybe you don't really need the third one or the second one, and maybe you really don't need that product, but it's something that you could use. Right. And so they're buying buy one, get one free, or buy two, get one free, and donating them to various food things.
Pay it forward to like CV Rescue Mission, Martha's, or whatever bank it is.
Exactly. I mean, because sometimes you can't use like 3 bags of potatoes,
right?
But one bag you could pass on. I thought that was really kind of fun. Okay. And I was looking around the store yesterday at the things that were there, and there's a lot of stuff there that is really pretty useful that you really don't want to buy, right. 2 or 3 boxes of Ziploc bags. But it is a deal, and then you can just pass one on to somebody else.
I like it. Maybe
this year.
I bet you if we have our student Alyssa from Public Service Academy hear about that, she may put out a challenge there. So maybe we have to direct an email her way.
Oh, yes, that would be awesome because they could just drop by
Yeah.
It's free. It was free to them. It's at some point. So
Definitely.
that's a challenge to find out how we can get that to move and where they can donate that material and food items out.
Excellent. I love the idea. Yeah, we'll have to see if we can push that along the way. Lastly, I want to share before we sign off here, Chef Mary. So there's a really cool project going on at Adams and Fred Waring in just right down the street from the district office, where they're painting a mural. And
Oh.
they're doing it up against this beautiful block wall. And I want to say this mural is going to be at least, I'm looking like at the ceiling in my office. It's definitely higher than, I want to say a good 12 feet.
Oh my
and
God.
it's span about 50 feet. And what's really cool is I posted a picture about it. And one of our mutual friends, Kelly from the American Cancer Society,
Yeah.
immediately texts me and says, I went to high school with that artist.
Oh my gosh.
So I already tell you, I've got the ask out. I want that artist to come on with us. And I want a student either from one of the area middle schools, elementary schools, or one of the students to come on and interview them with us. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, and I've always wondered how they get the size, because you probably start out with something like this.
Yeah.
And then it goes to 12 feet. And I just wonder, like, do you map it out? How do you make it look like the original picture, only it's 300 times larger?
I went to this guy's website. He's done stuff that's small. Like, I would consider this a small project in what he's done. He's done stuff on skyscrapers, sides of buildings, sides of mountains. It's just unreal what he's done. So I've definitely got the ask out there, and I'll definitely be going after that and trying to get them to come visit with us and share with the community what's going on. But Chef Mary, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the show here. Let me go ahead and I'll catch up with you backstage.
Okay, great day.
Any words you'd like to say to our viewers until Tuesday?
Just have a wonderful, happy new year, and be happy and do things that make you happy, and put your Valentine's stuff up early. Who cares?
There you go. There you go. Mary, I'll see you in a minute.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye. So as a reminder, we have our next show will be on Tuesday at 9 o'clock. And as I shared, we're going to have the creators of the CW3 conference on with us. So we're going to talk everything great going on Desert Sands. But as a reminder, Mondays and Wednesdays, we have meal distributions going on from 7 to 9:30 at our many school sites. Check dsusd.us. Hey, you guys have a great day. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday with some meal distributions, and I'll see you back in classroom conversations at 9 o'clock on Tuesday. Make sure, it's over here. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. Have a great day.